Going live. I'd put it up late.
Oh, okay.
So we're running a little bit behind.
Anyone home? Hello?
Hello?
Start knocking on it.
There's floor waiting.
I'm moving my chat around now.
Phew. There we go. Technique.
Technique's in the house. What's up, Roger? Do. Chuck it. Tim
Chuck,
Cox in the
Chuck.
house.
What's
Welcome,
up, Chuck?
welcome. What are y'all up to? I know
Oh, God, that tastes like coffee. Oh, God, I poured that into a cup that still had coffee in it. Oh, my Lord. I just took a sip of it, and I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, so
Fuck.
it's a Jack and Coke in a glass. He said, all right, let's be nondescript. Pops the top off, dumps it in the cup. Now, the question is, how old was that coffee?
At least it was this morning.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, God, I was just like,
Black screen, Chuck says?
Oh, well, might as well drink it all while we're at it.
Oh. Double A.
Oh,
What's up,
God. I swear it's coffee. It even tastes like coffee now.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, Chuck said black screen. Oh, I see the black screen. Who else? Chucky,
You ain't allowed to look at us, Chuck.
lift up your little blinder for your window. I think you have it pulled down in front of your TV screen.
Marco.
Hello.
Oh, at least we're like having someone playing it.
Oh, that's funny.
I can't leave you hanging.
Oh my God, that's funny. Now that would have been some like 3D old coffee cup. Oh.
Oh, no. So this is what I drink my coffee out of in the morning. It's one of those, like, it's not a Yeti. I don't know what brand it is, but it still has like the little lid on it, and I drink coffee out of it.
Tiny ass cup.
Yeah, well, they're just like this.
What the?
I figured, man,
That's
you
not
get
a
up
coffee
early
cup.
morning, you got you one like
No,
this.
this isn't a coffee cup, but I drink coffee out of this.
That's not a coffee cup.
Refreshed, all good. All right, nothing on our end. Cool beans.
Oh, because, like, you know, I collect tumblers, so they're everywhere. Like, I drink tea out of these.
That's why it says Jim Beam on it, right?
Yeah, well, one says Jim Beam. Like, that one's Jim Beam. This one's Jack Daniels, number 7.
That's right.
Look,
I have tons of them, man.
you
I have Crown Royal. I have lots of them.
By the first name.
I collect the crystal ones. You can wrap your finger around and they'll sing for you.
Crystal, yeah, we get it.
Oh, yeah, Crystal, obviously. Or Crystal. She's over here on me.
He doesn't even know where I am.
Yeah, he's like, everything's backwards on there. I hate when I
It
go
is. It's bad.
I'm like,
Because, like, you want to point this way because visually she's to the left, but, like, obviously she's to the right to me as everyone views it.
he said tumblers is tray drunk.
No, they're called tumblers, goddammit! That's the proper term. Obviously, some people are like 8-ball glasses, but the proper term is a tumbler. Why are they called a tumbler? Because originally they didn't have a flat bottom, they were round bottoms. So they tumbled, so you had to have a tumbler stand for them. I know the history of my damn collectibles.
Damn.
Now, do you have any with the round bottoms?
I do not, because they're annoying to handle, and I have, like... you don't understand how many I have, and storage is kind of annoying for them.
And then forget that you have the one that has the round bottom and set it down.
Oh God, I literally just spill whiskey everywhere. So I have a waterproof keyboard.
You would spill tea everywhere.
Tea. I'm sorry, tea. So I've ruined like multiple keyboards with tea. So I have a keyboard now that actually has a drain off in it. So the keyboard can be you can pour liquid into it and it'll drain into like a little reservoir, and then you just dump it whenever you want to.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, so no, it's literally here. I can pop a key out and you can see it.
Welcome.
Oh shit!
Blah, blah, blah.
The little space bar keys are flying all over the place.
That's
so
crazy,
if you,
though.
yeah, it's hard to see with the LEDs. Let's see if we can crank them down. But literally, it's a plastic, like
I see. Okay.
pull almost, and then all the electronics are in these little divots, but it's a pull, and everything can pull inside of it, so it
Huh.
doesn't like destroy the electronics underneath. Yeah, that's how many times I've done it. I have to buy a keyboard just for it.
Yeah, I say you would literally have to like destroy shit to know this shit.
Wait,
Yeah,
my
you
question
ruin
is,
a couple $100 mechanical keyboards, and you're
my
like,
question is,
I'm
Doc,
smarter than this.
why didn't you just break out the conformal coating and conformal coat the keyboard?
It
Because
would make
conformal coding doesn't like moving parts.
because it would make the keyboard too heavy. Come on, you know better than this. Heavy
Yeah,
weight.
no, it's conformal coding doesn't like moving parts. That's its big weakness.
So who flew this week? I know it's been cold and windy for everybody. I flew today. What else did I fly? Well, I test some rigs. Man, I'll tell you what.
With all the maintenance you've done, all you've done is fly.
Building and then having to shove them out the door, and then with the 5 o'clock darkness, being out in that front yard in the dark and flying some quads, that's gotten pretty interesting. I'm gonna tell you, my knees haven't knocked in a long time. You feel that adrenaline, that shake, and I felt that a couple of times this past week. I was like, damn, I still have it, the itch. E-drone.
So I flew today. Chris was even talking to me while I was flying a couple packs. And I just flew 6S today on my Apex, and then I got stuck in a tree.
Metal
Which,
Gear.
by the way, has been a minute. And I had to pull out the 8-foot ladder and go climb and get it.
He's like, when I'm going. So yeah, so this is funny. So MGS Slayer, 4 Slayer, whatever, Metal Gear Solid for life, whatever. That's just easier to say.
You've been renamed.
So my
PlayStation player.
Get used to it.
My batteries, my Ovonic 1006S, we know they've been tanked for quite some time. Michael McReynolds, welcome. So I built him a quad. I test it. It flies good here in the yard. I mean, no problem. He gets it, puts his brand new shiny awesomeness packs on it. 1000 Ovonic 6S. It just said he armed it and it's just. So he said earlier, he says, does that mean that you really are just flying 4S because your packs are? Because he flew 4S, he flew 4S on it before he put the 6, and it went fine. Everything was fine. I said, my batteries must really be tanked. Holy shit.
Well, come on, 2.5 years.
Yeah, it's been, I think Lewis figured out it was like a little over 2 years that I had them.
I wonder, so there's a machine that we use in the automotive world. Rusty even may know of it, but we used it a lot in the boat world more because like in the automotive world, you pretty much like if a battery's like dying, you kind of just flip it out no matter what. But in the boat world, you'll have like 48 house batteries in a boat, and we have this machine that's pretty much just a giant coil of copper wire, and you do amp draw tests on it. And the bitch will get hot as a motherfucker, but that's how you test how much amps the battery will give at one point.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think I saw these machines.
I wonder how well it would work if you could somehow minute it, like get a smaller version of that, and then use it on lipos. Because obviously...
So that would be wiring your PDB backwards and just plug that bitch in. No, I don't know, like some kind of heavy, I get what you're saying, like through a PDB and amp draw it.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't even need a PDB. You would just need, all you would need is a resistor or a variable resistor with a flippy flappy or of some sort, you know, to measure it. And then you would need a large coil of copper for all that power to go through. And then you would just need to plug up LiPo in and see how much potential it has.
Just stab it LiPo at that point. If it gives real high fizzing and fire, it had good amp back left. If it just goes, it's probably 4S.
One of those things, it's like a rabies check. Like, it's ruined, right. But we know it had rabies or not.
They say, I saw a thing online, or who was it? Dano, I'll be drone. He finally put his in a bucket with some salt water. I saw a guy commented on his. The guy was like, charge him up, and sounds like some plinking time to me. That would be fun. Charge him up, take a 22 out there and plink him. Yeah.
Well, you got those rotor riots you could probably do if you wanted.
Those things, man, you charge them up as soon as you plug it in, they start dying.
I told you they're rough when I gave them
I
to you. I
do
was
get
like,
to fly around
I
the yard and test
I
quads. So
I
they work
told
pretty
you I don't
good.
even fly them anymore. They're just bench batteries.
I took a charge, I think. When I met Tim, I charged them all three, I think. And I'm telling you, by the time I got there, I think we might have had like, what were they, 16.8, I think, on a 4S. So I think it might have had 14.2 left in it by the time. And that was just it depleting itself by sitting there.
They're so bad. They're done, man. They are. It's just, and I'll be giving you some more because I'm hopefully after Christmas I'll be getting 10 6S's. So I'll be retiring
Nice.
10 of my
10
4S's.
I hear you.
Yeah, because I have about like 24 something odd packs.
If it works
So
out with these new packs that I got coming, there's well, never mind. You do graphenes, but I'm saying if they
graphenes
work
for life.
out, they're $13, I think, if they're not on sale. I'm trying some new batteries now. Ovonics I was with, but I'm trying to get more bang for my buck. So 10 Ovonics cost I think like
I think
220.
if you get graphene, you'll be getting a lot more bang for your buck.
I can't complain with the Ovonics on what I got. So these are called Lyperiors, and they're sold by rcbattery.com. I found them for $10 a battery for a 6S 1000 milliamp hour 65C though. I'm gonna let Doc explain the 65C because he did very well with this when I was on the phone with him.
All
He
right,
really got really
so
well on
I'm a
that.
bona fide electrician, and I've taken many like electronic theory courses through being a genset specialist. The more voltage you have, the less amps you need. It's kind of like a weird teeter totter, but as long as you're getting the same overall wattage, it's kind of equal in its own sense, which is called the law of power.
Birdman.
So when it comes to batteries, if it's a 6S and it says 65C, imagine a 4S with 100C. Enough said. Like it's it's all like I don't know how to explain it any more than that. And higher voltage is theoretically better, but higher voltage is more like what would be like the essence? Like I'm gonna be terrible with this. I'm trying to like think of a good comparison. Think of like an unstable bomb. The higher the
Oh
voltage, the
shit.
more unstable the bomb is, but the better kick it has. Where like the lower the voltage, the more stable it is, but the less kick it has. So you need to add more kick, which is the amps, which versus the kick. Like I best I can give you. I was trying to talk Chris in like the water pressure way, which was kind of the original way I was taught in the original electricity theory, which gets kind of flawed when you start talking about resistance and all the other like Ohm's law in general kind of fucks that up anyway. Um but like the best way I could say is like
I said.
voltage is the water pressure and amps is how much water is coming out.
It makes sense. You explained it the other
And
day to
like
me.
and Ma is how big your water tower is to feed this. Like Ma is how much is in the tank.
Told
And
y'all Doc nerds out. Doc is
yeah,
getting
like I'm trying to explain it as simple as I can to make it understandable. But like anyway, a higher voltage means you'll need less current to make something operate properly. Which is how our power lines work. And like anywhere in the world where if you see power lines, it's probably about like 10,000 volts, if not more if it's the super big ones. That's probably about 100,000 volts or almost a million volts traveling through those bad boys. But what happens is they go through sub transformers and down steps the voltage, but increases the amperage, so then the wire needs to be bigger, and vice versa. I I don't know how to like.
I think where I'm not like on the high on the throttle, I think I'll be okay. Now, if I was a high on the throttle person, then it might be like, wee! You hear the
Yeah.
thing crank up then wind down, but I'm hoping I don't go through that.
But higher voltage is actually a cooler system because it produces less heat because you need less current, and current is what produces heat. So a higher voltage system is actually a cooler system overall.
It makes sense. It definitely did when you explained it that way. And then, like I said, the video I watched, the guy was explaining the C, was saying pretty much the same stuff. So we'll see. 65C. I know I've flown 4S before on 75C, and then went to 100. You could feel the difference on that.
Yeah, well, you're definitely going to. Like, I'd say 65C for a 6S is comparable to 100C on a 4S.
Yeah, all right, Birdman, no problem. Send it in, brother.
Like,
we'll get you fixed up.
The best way, if you want to understand this, you're just going to have to look at electronics or electric.
Tim said, "This sucks. I just learned something. Now my head hurts."
You're just going to have to like read on the electricity theory or whatever they call it. But anyway, it's how electricity works.
Yeah, because I called Doc. I was like, yeah, so I found these batteries, and I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, the 65C kind of bothers me a little bit, but I'm hoping I didn't make a bad mistake. And he just like explained it all to me, and I was like, that's what I'm talking about. I felt a lot better after talking with him. And I did watch a guy about the C, but he tells you about the C on the lipos, but he it was hard to kind of keep up with him because he was really nerdy about it.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. Just the tech he was putting out was serious.
And that's why I try to get super simple with it, because if I start talking about like how the electrons are moving through the physical metal and everything, then it gets really bad. So I try to ignore that whole thing and just like imagine it's water.
Yeah, TPU, it gets really brittle in this cold weather for sure. I was just same way with my Apexes. I bumped something, just the way that mount set up, it just tears it right on the side. Just ever so easy, just enough. And I'll still use this mount. Like that's really no worries.
I would so replace that.
Nah, kind of put a strap under here.
Oh, did you ever do one of our feet or fists?
No, not yet. I tried to run the arm, and I think that buckling might not have been that neither. That buckling, I think, is just a difference to get it right on the bed. That warping.
Are you talking about the arm?
Yeah, when I tried to do the arm.
Oh, so you don't think it was me?
Maybe not, because I tried to print it. This guy here. Where's that up here? I started printing this. Or no, this didn't do that. This just lifted off the bed. It was something I printed and started doing it. Started lifting it up on the corner.
Now what's that?
This is the door I showed you.
Oh, okay.
There you go, Tim. I forgot to show it to you. It's done. The blue. I found the ones for the
We're gonna talk about that later, that blue Tyrannus with the Peter Penetrator on it.
The Peter Penetrator, that's right. So built this thing last week. I'm waiting on another board for it, the Beta FPV board. It had a scissory.
But like, everybody, hold up. Before you say the size on it, everybody take a guess what size that is. Now hide it real quick before they get too much of a look at it. Like, what size quad is that? Because I guessed wrong.
Way wrong.
I wasn't way wrong. I was an inch off.
Now,
hey, inch matters sometimes.
If I would have held this up and you said that, then see the difference?
See, the thing, I guess it's just their frames overall, because like you could totally say that's a 6-inch body with 5-inch props.
I do like the sizes. This is beautiful. The length of it kind of reminds me of the 6-inch alien. Massive.
Oh, all right.
Birdman got that eye for the micros.
He was off a little though. He said 3.5. It's Technique got it right with 3.
Because the Joker owns one of them. But yeah, well, can't wait to get her going.
But it's a big 3-inch.
It is. It's really cool. So if you guys like this, I'm gonna mess my chat up again, but I don't care. So if you guys like the look of this thing, it's Beautiful. And from what if I remember numbers right, over 65 sold and no reports of breakage yet. Not saying they can't be broken now. That's not what I said. Oh, they matched the hat. Look at that. Ooh,
Oh, that's clean, isn't it?
that's nice right there. I didn't realize that, but but if you guys want to pick up one of these Gank multi rotors, Crystal can drop a link if she would please for Matt over there, and go over there and check it out. Pick you up one of these. This is called the 3-inch Mutiny Nemesis HD, or you pick up this guy. This is the I get the name so jacked up in my head anymore. Well, I figured you would just know what time I'd start talking about it. So this is the Mutiny D2 prototype. I think there's a 6-inch left of this.
So when will it not be a prototype anymore?
I don't know. I know he's doing some revisions to it. Now on this one, the 30x30 was fine. Like you can see the standoff in that 30x30 has no problem. But the now on the Mamba, did I bring in my collection? Hold on, I'll be right back. What did I challenge them for?
Tim said challenge accepted.
If it goes down, you'll be looking for days as it is now. Why does he need neon yellow props? Birdman. What's with the neon yellow? Is it like a rare color to come by, or do we need that for FPV laws?
So on this one, and then he's making the revisions for this. Now you see the diatone Mamba, it actually is close. And I showed that in my video, of course. And it was a couple other things. He put it out on Facebook. But yeah, if you guys like these.
Oh, so we can find it better. I get it.
Blue and purple. This is actually, look, see? You see how I did that? This one actually is someone that's in the chat.
What's so crazy is look at how separated the front and back props are from each other.
But you see how this thing flies too.
Yeah, but like, what's the inch difference? That has to be at least like a solid 2 inches apart from each other.
Let's see.
Your tape measure's right there.
I was gonna pull my zipper down, okay?
That's how we get a good 2 inches on it.
Inch and a half. You wasn't far off.
Inch and a half.
Inch and a half, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at like, I don't know, eyeballing those. But then again, I'm a blue collar worker, so I have roughed that all day.
But this guy here, if you look, you can kind of see it's been beaten. Got some hot glue in there and cracked the whole camera lens on it.
Holy shit! Hot glue. I thought you.
That's the only way that thing will hold in there.
Ugh.
Doc has witnessed me knocking the sense out of it.
Oh yeah. Oh, Edron asked, can it fit 5.5s?
Yes, they are. They are J37 juicy props.
No, can it fit 5.5s?
They are nice props too. I ran them today on this guy, and they really fly good. Believe me. HQ J37. Pick them up.
They're on sale at Pyro.
And this
but
is
Chris, you didn't answer the question.
What was the question?
Can they fit 5.5s?
Yes, that's the whole point of this frame.
Oh, it can fit 5.5s.
Yep.
Okay, so there's your question, Deirdre.
This one is.
Oh, you were saying. Then why did you say will it fit? Will fit. Oh, will fit.
Will fit.
You need to learn to read, babe.
Why not just say it fits?
I know
instead of will fit.
It's okay. It's okay.
Here's another frame. I'll tell you what I've been able to fly and really like this frame. This is the Joshua Bardwell QAV. This thing is nice. Super lightweight. This is one's running Diatone Mamba stack with the HD Nebula unit, and I don't know. It's just a well-built frame. Kind of
Is
see how
that
they
your
got.
quad?
No, this is also Technique FPVs.
Oh, okay. So, you know what's crazy about that quad that I'm like starting to realize? And I
Does it?
think it's like any of the quads with those antenna 3D printed mounts.
Are these?
You know, like the old steam engines? That looks like the old exhaust pipe or whatever you would call it. The
Oh
old
yeah, I got. Okay, yeah,
it
right.
looks like it with a bell style.
It doesn't. Then with the other one with the two on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this frame here, I mean, it's solid. I forget the price of it. It wasn't bad on price at all, but really, 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 I mean, stout frame. Like I really liked what he's got going on here. When I flew it, it was just, I mean, it flew amazing. It was,
You know
I
what that
kid you
looks
not.
very similar to though?
Tell me,
The Apex.
Yaba. I said it's a variant off the Apex. You could see that very much.
Definitely looks like has Apex
Actually,
blood
I
in it.
don't have a. Well, yeah, I do. I was gonna say I don't have a standard Apex built, but yes, I do. So I said you can see very much. So is what's going on there. Let's get them out this way. This way.
And what's crazy is the arms are thinner actually. Are they same thickness or are they 7 mil?
Um, they are, yes, the same thickness.
Okay, so they're both 7 mil.
Are they 7 mils? No, I thought they were 5.5s. But you can
Put them
see.
side by side. You can see the 2 millimeter difference easily. No, no, no. Like put them flat, flat, like carbon to carbon.
What do you mean, like this?
Yeah,
Or let's see.
yeah. You could see the 2 millimeter difference.
This is so hard on camera.
Yeah, but just do it to your own eye. I'm getting a rough guess that that's 5 mil.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you can see. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's
yeah.
definitely 5 millimeter all day.
Okay, yeah, you can see the difference now.
I'm surprised they rock that thin of an arm on
If you
5
look at the
millimeter
bottom, I don't
because
know.
you could see the snappage point though. The snappage point is right off the metal bell or off the bell itself, like right there.
Yeah, right at the end here.
Yeah, on that
Well, here, always
yeah,
point
yeah,
to my
on
mark.
that arm, like that's the snappage point.
It is kind of, that is something I guess if you could grape about, how it does get real thin right here, right as it starts to go in. I do see that, but I don't know. I kind of like, even looking at the apex on the bottom. I kind of like what they got going on here. I just, something is just cool about that.
Yeah. And you're right, Mr. ED. 5 millimeter is necessarily not thin. It isn't. But the issue that you get with 5 millimeter over 7 millimeter is, especially in a thin arm like that, you start getting delamination, where it's not going to break, but it's going to end up delaminating and flexing. And my aliens are a beautiful standoff to that.
I printed the skull, the Hero 8 mount. I even blackened its teeth. Look, see it?
Oh yeah.
A little bit. Got some.
Is that your quad?
Yeah, this is my OG Apex, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I put the so this is what I want to show you too. Look at the camera now on it. Remember how the camera was before?
Uh-huh.
I mean, it does not move. It is solid in there.
So there's no 3D printed mountain there anymore though, right? It's just
There
metal.
There
is.
is a 3D printed piece there. It's right like this. It's just two little pieces like this.
Oh, interesting.
And it just goes on the side and then kind of screws through it. It works real good. I mean, really, really well. And I still got my little alien. I didn't have to tear him apart to build the little gank. So that was fun. Me and Doc have fun with these little guys.
Oh yeah, I had a blast.
Little aliens buzzing around each other. We try to smash them into each other every time. Wakey RC in the house. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, and you're right, Mr. ED. You do have to have a stocky arm for 5 millimeter. That's why, like, if you look at the aliens, they're a nice fat arm.
Rabbits hibernating at the chase.
Uh-huh.
Who else I missed?
Michael McReynolds.
Michael's been here. I saw Michael. Mystery D, Monica.
Oh, by the way, Chris, I did
You got
ruin
your
a
car,
propeller.
Monica? Huh?
I ruined a propeller in that tree.
Oh.
Yeah.
Earlier, I was talking to him on the phone. You hear, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's all right. I gotta go. And I knew he had his baby stuck in the tree.
Yep.
She
And I was like, I'm not going to try to turtle it too hard or I'm going to ruin a motor doing it.
So, I wanted to say thank you guys for my last video I put out. I really appreciate a lot of your comments on there. Like I said, that video was to just get some stuff off my chest. I'm not going to go into it from here. The video explains it all. But I was really good to read your guys' comments and hear, from you guys and stuff like that. That was really cool. And like I said, it's to keep the people straight. That's what we have to do at times. I'd like to see more do it, honestly. More of us FPV people step up, and that's how we do it. Keep it straight, keep all the bad stuff out, keep all the good people in, because the hobby is definitely, it's not dying, but it is falling apart a little bit. So that's what I'm trying to keep everybody's head in the game.
So I think there's a few factors to the hobby not falling out or dying, but it's like you had the hype people in, and now the hype people are falling out, and now you're just starting to see the people who are driven to the game.
More passionate about it.
Yeah, they're actually passionate for it. You don't have the people who just like, oh, look at this new hobby that just exploded.
Appreciate you. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I just want to see, like.
And you have to remember, there is always new people coming to this hobby. There are people right now. It's holiday season. Guess what we're gonna have? An influx of newbies who have absolutely no idea how to fly.
Exactly, Chuck.
How to fix. What happens when they crash? They're going to get those bind-in flies.
I just like
they're going to have questions. So guys, keep your eyes open, because any of your videos
the bind-in flies, I know,
are fair game
with them.
For some newbie to ask a question. Don't just think it's a troll. It very well may be right now somebody brand new
starting
in the
a new
hobby.
channel. That makes sense.
And we get them in the FPV noob tube all the time.
I just don't get the what hurts my feelings, I guess, the most is how they draw the line in the sand. Is some will fly the GPS birds, and then, or they fly FPV, and a guy, hey man, hits the local crew up, and they're like, I want to fly, and they come out. If they don't have an FPV drone, then it's just like, we don't deal with that here. And that's personally been told to me by, someone, and I just don't want to get into who it was and all, but that kind of like hurt my feelings. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. I was like, that's sad, because how I would have treated that was, you could come out and hang out with us. We show you what's going on. You want to get into FPV? That's what we're here for. We're going to help you out and, show you, hey, this, and this, to where I think it's cool that we have that knowledge. We don't have to go out and do what we did, right? We got to go out and we're like, oh man, I don't know. Like, should I buy them motors, that flight controller, that transmitter, those goggles? Like,
yeah.
That, to be honest with you, I like being there helping people understand that stuff, because that was a really hard game for me to understand, because I had to learn, like, everything is fixing, as we all did, like, don't get me wrong, but then I'm trying to help, at the same time I was real green, trying to help the community out, build and do things, and to me it was a lot to learn. But then it's like,
stop. I gotta interrupt. Mystery D, you just inserted your foot in your mouth. He said, find me one person who got started with drones with a freestyle acro quad. Go ahead, I'll wait. That one right there, Doc.
Yeah,
that's how that man started, and I know that.
Acro.
So
yeah. No, I started in acro, full acro. I can tell my story if you guys want me to.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so literally, I'm a video gamer. You know, my last big hobby was paintball. I played competition paintball. I was huge in it, like playing in the EPL. I was up to in the divisions. I was trying out for Team Nasty, trying to go semi-pro. I was literally like top of my game, and then the paintball had a big crash, and I just couldn't afford it anymore. Paint just got way too expensive for me. So I ended up falling out, you know, returning to my video games where I was growing up as a child playing video games, and that's what I got into. And scrolling on YouTube, I seen this video. It was actually a Nerk video, come to find out. I didn't even realize. And I seen these camera shots of doing all this crazy shit. And what's crazy about the Nerk video that he had is he never showed the quadcopter at all. He just showed the visual of what it was doing. And I was like, I have no idea what the hell is doing this or what craft is doing this, but I want to do this. I want to experience this. And the next video up was Steel, I think. And that's kind of what drew me in. I discovered what the craft looked like and everything. And like I said, I was more fascinated in the movements and everything. And then I like discovered the craft. And you know, just learning more and more about it, I kind of got disappointed almost to hit where it was like separating me from not flying or not, because I realized the analog video that everybody actually sees is garbage. And that really kind of put a dent. That hurt me a little bit when I was like, I always seen all this beautiful video, and then I'd like seen the analog, and I'm like, oh, these are what these pilots are actually flying with. This is rough. But no, I stayed headstrong into it, and I followed Steel really hard. That's why I have the X90
freestyle in the
Plus.
house.
That's why I started with Kiss Aliens, and I watched his videos of how he built a Kiss Alien, his original first one, not his second Steel edition, his first Kiss Alien. So mine's very similar to that. And
very
that's
similar.
Yeah, that's how I built my first FPV quadcopter, and I've been pretty much teaching myself the rest of the way, and Chris has been helping me along the way a lot once I finally met him. But yeah, no, I started in acro, and the camera birds I have nothing wrong with. Like personally, if someone was like, "Hey, can we bring camera birds to your flight?" I'd be like, "Hell yeah, let's go. What up?" You know, that's awesome.
Yeah, like you.
I would never hate on that.
When I met you, you were like, camera birds. I never had one. No, but you were always curious to know what they were, how they worked. And
Yeah,
like, oh, shit, look at this thing.
So I seen camera birds. I knew they existed, and I like, but it never intrigued me as much as something on crack going 60 miles an hour underneath a playground slide. And like, I'm like, what is this? This is nice. This is awesome. You know?
Exactly.
So I would never own a camera bird just because I would never use it. And I'm one of those people, I own things I use. I'm very minimalistic like that, where all these quads except the 1, 2, but that one's going to start flying soon. That one's going to be flown. I swear to you.
I want to see you smash it into walls. Let's see if it really holds up.
I don't know. It's going to be gross because there's only like probably one raggy frame in existence anymore.
So how you been, Jeff? Hope all's good, brother.
What's up, Jeff? Style.
I was just talking about you about well, a couple different times 3 weeks ago. So we met Ethan. We come across a local guy named Ethan that flies with us. He has a spinal injury, and it kind of reminded me of you on how he's got to function the transmitter and all that. Man, I told him, I said, it's beautiful for you guys to go out and fly, and just I said I couldn't even imagine like being there in y'all's shoes, and then like, man, I'm gonna go out and fly. Like I told him, I'll probably think of a million other things in my mind. You know what I mean? It's good to have positive attitude like that and go out and have fun. And that's what he said. He said it's better than around doing nothing. And he flies camera birds. He actually has his own business, Drone Works, and he actually has a Cine quad or Cine Whoop, whatever you call those. So yeah, he really wants to get an FPV. Now he got into it on the camera bird side, but he honestly wanted to get into it on the FPV side. But no one in the area at the time. I don't know when Ethan got into it. I forgot how long ago. He said we may have been doing it, but I don't think so. I think he's been into it for a
It's
little
a
bit.
hard community to find. It's
It
definitely
is.
like once you crack the nut and get in, you're good. But it's so for me, I lucked out and I found the DMV Discord, and I was in the DMV Discord for probably about 6 months, if not longer, before Vampire. Vampire is the first person to get me into what was the noob tube, what it is to be in
I
the drone
appreciate you,
network.
Michael. Does he have a YouTube? Yes. Check out Thompson Drone Works. I think of it there. Thompson Drone Works. Yes.
So
I actually showed a video. He actually got a video on there. It says quadriplegic, and it shows you how he gets out, of his truck and all that stuff. So I shared that video through like a couple of the groups of Messenger, wherein and I was like, when we make excuses, I said little dumb excuses like it's too cold or something like that, too windy. I was like, just remember, like keep this in your mind and let this inspire you to get out there, because what he does to come out and hang out with us, that's beautiful. That
oh
really is.
yeah, I'll be honest, like if I was in that situation, I definitely wouldn't be. Like I know I don't have the motivation. Like
That's
I'm
how I said.
terrible
That's
like that.
exactly what I
And I'm
said.
like when he does that, I'm like, fuck man, you make me like, god damn, I'm a lazy motherfucker.
So, uh, Jeff Freestyle in the chat, he's in a wheelchair as well. And like I said, him and Ethan, man, it's beautiful for what they do. I think it's cool as shit. And because it's good to hear, like a lot of people you talk to with the drones, they can tell you like the drones turned them around, turned some things around in their life. They were going down the wrong road, getting into the wrong things. Kind of saw somebody in the park one day ripping one of these things around and said, "Man, I want to get into that."
That's Ethan's YouTube channel.
Okay, Crystal dropped Ethan's new YouTube channel on there. Thank you. But man, and the people that work and set his truck up able to do that is amazing. That's just a crazy, beautiful thing that you wouldn't expect a truck to do that. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, I know it's dope as shit when you see it
Yeah,
like.
that's like unreal. And he's got a video on there that shows it. Everything his truck's all equipped with. But that's really cool that he wants to come out and hang out with us and rip around some drones and stuff like that. So that's really really cool. I thought it was. So I hung out with him. I was going to hang out with him this past Wednesday, but some things come up and we didn't get to get together. But we definitely got to get together again. He was really cool to hang out with. I went out in the park and rebuilt his drone right out there at the Winter Place. I tore that Cinequad all apart, Doc. I
Oh,
had to
did you?
take the whole whoop. Yes, I had to take the whoop wells and all off of it.
Oh man.
Because his stator. Remember the way his I told you the shaft bent in that bell.
Mhm.
It started delamming that stator on the bottom. So if I would just put
Oh.
the new stator on there, he'd had issues. It would
Oh
have never
yeah.
flown, like it's supposed to. So yeah, I tore it all apart. We got all that done. That thing's flying again.
Good to hear. I rebuilt his battery.
That was Doc out
Twice.
there in the blistering cold.
Oh god, it
Hey,
was horrible.
cold, what's up? Doc was out there in the blistering cold with a soldering iron. And look, let me tell you something I learned. That 4S battery, even it doesn't work. It really doesn't. When I was working on his, I fell through the same problem. It's like it would heat the solder, but just not enough to release it. And I was like, you know what? I know this thing worked good on 6S. I grabbed one of my 6S packs, plugged in. That thing worked just like my soldering station. Doc soldered a freaking balance port on a 4S battery, and you know how it's got the female and the male. It's
Uh,
so cold. The wind's out there ripping. He's got to stick the soldering iron down between the table to get it to warm up.
I
That
sit
was
there and solder the female end on and not the male end. Oh, I
he
can't
got
believe I did that.
he got done. I looked down at that battery. He said, what? I said, I just want to wait till you find out what you did wrong. That was some good times, though, when you think about it.
Oh shit.
Coffee to the rescue.
That is funny. Yes, and then Crystal was like, "Okay, I'm going to Dunkin' Donuts. What do y'all want?" We were like, "Hot chocolate." Vince was flying. She walks up like, "You want anything?" Like he didn't even hear her, I don't think. So she went ahead and brought him back like a big hot chocolate. He was like, I said, man, when he was, I said, she come back with that boy. He lit up because he was flying. He didn't say he wanted anything. So she's like, here. He's like, oh,
Hey, I'm
freezing
the
out
drone
there.
mama for a reason. I take care of my guys.
You did. That was one point.
And
Yeah.
any of the guys that have been flying with us can vouch for that. I don't care if we're on the road and I'm making sandwiches
Appreciate you,
in the
amigo.
front seat and passing them into the back.
We've done that.
I've been there, done that.
Turkey sandwiches actually just not too long ago when we went to New York.
We went up to New York
I
for
don't
a
want
day.
to talk about that. That was miserable in its own right.
I'm playing over here. Set my shit up. Well, Jeff, brother, reach out to me. I'll help you set it up. We get you going.
Phew.
Facebook chat or whatever, FaceTime, I forget what it's called. I say chat. Need a FPD noob tube hack. Just take a slap, put a sticker on one. Hats are expensive though. That is one thing. Eric got a point on that. The FPD hats are expensive versus a shirt.
Oh man, so my boss, you want to talk about like some expensive crap. My boss, he ended up getting some hats for himself. But then we were all in when they came in and he only bought 3 because they're North Face.
Oh.
So he ended up giving me and another coworker North Faces. And then he ended up ordering a whole bunch of like generic ones, and we're walking around with North Faces, and I got called out where he's like, "Is that a North Face? How'd you get that?" I'm like, "Oh."
I'm surprised it's mesh.
It was a sample. That's how you cover that up. It was a sample, but they were actually too high range price, so we went with the normal ones.
Yeah. That's all right, Double A. Everything, man. We know how it is. We were supposed to go down to
We were supposed to be in Richmond this month and
Yeah.
did not make it.
on Dano's "Wish You Were Here" video. I should have actually literally been there, but yeah, things caught up with us, and man, Crystal got busy doing other things that we do now, documenting graveyards. It is pretty boring. I ain't gonna lie.
No, it's not.
It's depressing, I
It
guess.
is not.
Especially when we're there, right? And they roll up this morning. We get there early this morning, and then one comes rolling up with the truck has the loader on the back, so you know what the other truck
Oh yeah.
has behind him, right? Yeah.
The vault.
So we was in one 3 weeks ago where they actually put someone in the ground.
Yep.
I went, man. I told Crystal, I said it just the rest of the day was just like, but it's fun. I guess she has fun, so I'm there to support her.
If you got necrophiliac, it's a fucking amazing trip. It's like woohoo, fresh.
We're not going there, Doc. We'll
I'm
discuss
sorry.
that after the show.
I had to say something. My brain was like, "There's a joke there. You gotta say it. If you don't, it's not gonna be funny in 5 minutes."
Homie Paul, you go enjoy your dinner. You make sure it's a big dinner.
Yeah.
If not, Nell's gonna bite you.
I was gonna say, you better hook Nell up. Captain Drones, welcome.
Wakey RC.
I'll try to help you,
Oh,
Mike. I
man.
always do, man. I know a good bit about him now, so that's a good thing. Man, when I didn't know much about him, and I'm trying to fix things and then understand things all at the same time, it was pretty hard. Now I can pretty much fix something right out the gate.
And I'm like opposite on the spectrum because like I don't know anything about most of the gear. Unless it's KISS or like within my small selective radiance of like understanding, I'm
Yeah, but
dumb
you're smart
about
on all other levels, though. Like you might not, you can build a quad, and you can because you build all your own stuff, and you know the basics. If you build a KISS quad, you can build a beta quad. Let's face it. You know you can tune beta because you got my 7-inch that you've been tuning.
Yeah.
So I'm
We're
slowly
running into a great China wall with that thing. I don't even want to get into it.
No, it just do as much as look. It's not going to get all out the bounce because of the small motors. I know this.
Yeah, like that's what I feel like we're running into, and it's just like I take it out and I'm like, how are we gonna fix this?
Us on that too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that thing, you can only, those big quads with the smaller motors, you're only going to get them to do so much. And you really are. You're not going to get them to fly.
Oh
It,
Lord.
and I'm at the point where
Especially-
I'm like, I'm bringing it back closer to your tune, I feel like,
Here,
because
head
it's
with
just
his.
like your tune was so spot on what it needed, not what I wanted. Like, what I want and what it needs are two different creatures completely, because what it needs is closer to what you gave it,
We'll see,
and what I
Brian.
want, it just does not want.
I get some of them in here sometimes. Don't get me wrong. There's sometimes I will get let me think what just kicked my ass, and it was I'll tell you, I put diatone flashbang LEDs on my drone, and I mean I put them on the gank. I put them on every arm, and when I wired those things up and I turned on that LED into the configuration tab, all three or what? Three motor, yeah, three motors would spin, one wouldn't. I was like, and I turned around and put the quad. I was like, okay, I did something wrong. I unsoldered the whole quad, soldered that thing all back together, configured again. All the motors returned. I'm like, okay, cool, fixed it. What was the problem? Not sure. So then, all right, go ahead and set the LEDs up. Go and set the LEDs up. Turn on LED in configuration. Three motors turn, one wouldn't. I'm like, this shit's getting real now. I'm like, something's crazy haunting this quad. And that's what it was. Somehow when you turn on the LED in configuration, and you guys that run LEDs might be able to answer the question. I don't know. The only thing I can imagine is if I'm over milliamp hour in the flight controller. It's got freaking cat ears.
It's little devil horns, it's not cat ears.
Yeah, Roger, no doubt. I'll print them for you. Actually, I got PETGO now. I gotta find them again too. I need to print myself some too. I broke some. I got actually a couple up there snapped off.
Please print one of these back here because that one back there keeps jumping off the wall and I get sick of it.
Yeah, the Whoop one taped to the wall, and then it'll just.
I'll be sitting here doing crafts or
Jump off
working on
at
my
her.
jewelry, and the next thing you know, I've got a drone launched at me, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, the LEDs, I figured that much. Then I was like, you know what? Take that damn things off. I don't care about them because here's the thing.
This is the right LEDs. This is the LEDs you really want to get if you don't want to have issues. I got
If you don't want to have issues, you put race wire LED, and that's the best thing to do.
That's right. Ooh, stay up there.
Best thing to do.
That's what I got.
Oh, he's gonna light something up.
Yeah. They're tiny too. They come in like a little bag, but it's a whole bunch of.
Yeah. Gotcha.
4 of them.
Yeah, I get them from Pyro. I just actually put them on Shane's rigs. Only thing when you arm it, freaking light it up. Actually, I never forgot to send this thing.
Well, that's what's going on the Raggy.
Oh, okay.
The Raggy will be all lit up.
I will send it through my phone. I totally forgot.
I completely forgot what color I got them in though. Like, so it's gonna be like a mystery because I think like red was out of stock, so I have no idea what what color they'll be. They'll
One's
probably
gonna
be green
be
or
pink.
something. Man, I have no idea. I was like, whatever color's in stock order.
You know, you like totally random ass colors and shit. That would be cool though. I like rainbows.
Well, like, so the Raggy's
Cool.
black and white, so whatever color I pick is going to fit it.
Right.
It's just, and I'm thinking about, so Rotor Riot, you know the LED props that have the LEDs inside the propellers?
Uh-huh.
Rotor Riot has their own edition where it has a little Rotor Riot skull inside of the LED itself.
Oh, that'll be pimping on
So
there.
I want to get them for the Raggy. I haven't ordered that yet.
Mr. JRC's, welcome. That would be really cool in there with the logo on it.
Oh yeah, it would just be like, I'd take them off when it's not being for show. Like, I'm actually gonna fly to have to take the props off just to put on different props just to fly it.
These guys. Eric said the same thing earlier. If y'all saw the Blunty motors, they're just cool as shit looking. Like all the paint scheme on them. I don't even really know what it is, to be honest with you, but it's just cool as shit. All the colors on it. Eric said, "Man, if I had them, I'd just have to sit there and look at the quad. I wouldn't even fly it." They're really cool motors. I seen one of the antennas one time. I worked on Todd's drones, and he sent in and had one of the antennas. They're really cool looking. Paint scheme is sick on them. They do look nice, but you have to fly it. Like Doc flies them steel Oreos, so you know you have to fly it.
Oh yeah, and it hurts me. Like when I was stuck up in the tree just turtling it, it hurt my feelings, and I like tried to turtle it like 5 times, and I was like, nope, we're just gonna climb you and get you, because I gave up.
I thought so.
I'm not ruining those motors any further. What they need to be ruined.
Yeah, they need to be ruined. That we can buy more.
No. It's an expensive motor.
I don't.
You don't know about the LED props, JRC? Come on, man.
I have the ones Eric gave me. I found them, Eric, up here.
Can't believe he don't know about the LED props.
I gotta set the red ones. They put the little battery in the center. Eric gave them to me.
Yeah. Can you show JRC?
Huh?
Can you show JRC?
Yeah. Let me dig them out here. I thought that was a pretty cool concept. I never flown them. I gotta fly it now.
I think it's cool for like night races when you're racing through like LED gates. That'd definitely be sexy. Fordo, what's up, man?
What's up, Fordo?
I think it's like evening.
Welcome.
I wouldn't even consider this afternoon.
Yeah, so they're just the clear, and then you can just
Oh, there you go. You had it lit up for a second. There you go.
When you tighten down on the prop, it turns the LED on one of them. So then when it spins, it gives that effect. Try to spin it real quick.
If you had a KISS quad, you could sit there and idle it inside your room without it freaking going crazy.
I can idle one in my room.
Shit.
My babies are calm. Come on now.
Mm-hmm. Until you drop it on accident and go, brah!
Till you pump that eye and she's like, ah! But yeah, so either for LEDs, the freaking race wire with LEDs, or freaking props with LEDs.
Oh, I'm doing both.
That's gonna be my options. I ain't doing no more of those wiring and flashbangs on. They just didn't work good for me. My stuff didn't want to work.
Doing good tonight, Fordo. Changing computers. Well, you got a new one all built up? Probably some like space age computer that can freaking make you coffee. Fucker has a frappuccino machine inside of it.
Changing computers. Russell was actually putting one of his yesterday. A motherboard, I think, wasn't it? Main board or something.
Ooh.
Buck said you was gonna be eating. You ain't eating much over there.
I'll never change a motherboard again. I hate it when Windows is like, we don't recognize your computer because it changed out the stupid ass motherboard. I'm like,
Turkey Day was good. Really good. Even though I didn't think I was going to enjoy the turkey because of the whole alpha gal and can't eat beef, and that's all I eat is turkey and chicken, I really enjoyed the oven roasted turkey though.
Oh, I figured you guys deep fried it.
No, I'd burn the place down.
Oh, see, we have a deep fryer in my garage, and I'm like, why don't we deep fry a turkey? I'll blow up the house doing that. I'm like, why do we even buy the damn thing?
I heard just make sure the bird's frozen before you drop them in.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the key part to making tactical nukes.
Make sure that bitch is thawed and no water in him. Dry him out, hang him by the foot, and shake him.
Put him in a dehydrator before you pop him in the freaking fryer.
Exactly. Cleaning up the flight controller. I got my 6-inch acting stupid, the flight controller. I can fly it around. It's good. As soon as I go to flip it, I can flip it. If I
Does
flip
it need to go to the graveyard?
Forward.
This graveyard's looking a little empty.
I got a little graveyard spot right over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got a stack of them up there actually. Doing pretty good. I start making some little tombstones for them.
That's all I got, man. It's a little what do you call those houses where they put a whole bunch of ashes in? I don't know like the technical term for them.
Urn?
Mausoleums.
Mausoleums, thank you. It's a mausoleum.
Mausoleum.
Yeah, that's the wall.
Oh, got
it.
Yeah, Joe did. We were flying down the go-kart track when he did it. It was like, yeah. I was lucky that, man, I went over the awning at the go-kart track, and I threw it like this, and that thing just flipped out. And right before it smashed into the awning of the next roof, I don't know, it's like I flipped that thing around and corrected it, and it had my Hero 9 on it. And the good thing I did, because it would have destroyed that 9 that day. It would have been over with. I hear you, Michael. Take care, brother.
See you, Michael.
Be good. You got some news up there?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
She got news.
I'm going to eat while she does the news.
I'm going to fill up my coffee cup with actual coffee.
Uh-huh.
I swear.
Actual coffee.
I am feeling some coffee. We talked about coffee. She's like, remember that time I brought you coffee at the FPV spot? And I was like, oh, man, I need coffee now.
I know. Coffee does sound good, but 8:03, I'd be like this all night.
Coffee don't get me like that.
Nope.
I wish.
I know, and y'all kill me because I'll be like, why can't it just not do me like that? I could just drink it all night. Coffee's good for you. At least I think it is.
Coffee just keeps me from shaking.
What is it? Oh yeah, it's Chrissy knows the owner. Oh, at the golf cart, I keep going to golf cart. At the go-kart track?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Doc got ran up on by the owners one day and then got permission. That was fun. That was like a totally different.
Yeah, like, roll up. You guys are good. Stay where you are. I'm like, what?
I'm trying to grab my stuff, throw in my bag at the same time, trying to get. He's like, no,
oh, man, we're about to get her kicked out of here. This guy's rolling up on us.
He's like, no, you don't have to run. Like, well, I'm fat. I'm not going to run, but I'm going to walk
like a light jog.
What you doing, little hopper bunny? All right, come on.
News.
What's up, guys? Hopefully everybody had a great Thanksgiving and possibly hit up some of those Black Friday deals. Talking about those Black Friday deals, you know that DJI Mavic Mini? Well, that combo has now dropped to its lowest price ever. There's a grand total of $200 off of a DJI Mavic Mini combo right now. This brilliant Black Friday drone deal on Amazon has knocked the price of the Mavic Mini combo down to $298. That's a whopping $200 less than the standard price model, which usually retails for $499. Unfortunately, it's only live today, so if you want it, you're going to have to move quick. It's the lowest price that they've ever seen this combo, which is why that it has been rated as one of the best Black Friday drone deals. You not only get that compact Mavic Mini drone, you also get 3 extra batteries, 3 spare props, 2 micro USB cables, along with a 2-way charging hub. That's not bad. There's all those small accessories thrown into that deal, but the headline there is those 3 extra batteries, which will give you plenty of extra flight time. Check it out, guys. In other news, if you're in Arkansas, this one might catch your eye. Walmart is testing out drone delivery service in Arkansas. Shoppers who live within a 50-mile radius of Walmart's headquarters in Arkansas can now get items dropped off by drone. The retail giant is teaming up with drone delivery company Zipline to parachute packages of goods to shoppers. It's unbelievably exciting. They've been working towards this day for many, many, many years. We've done over 220,000 commercial deliveries in overseas markets, said O'Connor, Zipline CEO. For us, the promise of ultra-fast delivery is really to give access to all kinds of communities, to all kinds of products. Once a consumer places an order, items are packaged inside a specially designed box with a parachute. The first step in the process is scanning the package, then installing the parachute, loading the package into the payload bay. Next, the drone has a battery installed before it is inspected and finally launched for delivery. The drones are currently able to drop payloads within a 50-mile radius of Pea Ridge, Arkansas, but Walmart and Zipline are hoping to expand nationwide. If our customers enjoy the service, we'll scale it so in future holidays, this is probably going to play a really great part in getting things in a hurry. Customers expect us to save them money. They need us to save them time. And when it comes to saving time, what better way to do it than via drone? Zipline is part of a growing list of companies looking to make commercial drone delivery more accessible. This service is currently free as both Walmart and Zipline gather data and feedback to see if it really is something people want. Walmart drone delivery packages via parachute. Hand loaded by Walmart employees. Time will tell. But I would almost stake a claim that this service probably won't be free for long. In other news, a man was found hiding under an East Brookfield porch. He is now facing more than 20 charges, including kidnapping. Drones, helicopters, and canine units were used to track this man down. A multi-agency police chase involving drones, helicopters, canine, and an FBI database concluded Wednesday with a man in custody in East Brookfield facing over 20 charges, including kidnapping. The search ended with Mr. Martell hiding under an East Brookfield porch, but it began when police in Worcester County town responded to Podunk Road for reports of a suspicious vehicle, according to the sergeant of the police department. Police were unable to identify Mr. Martell, the driver, who ran away after a struggle with the officers. East Brookfield police began a search for him with assistance from a host of other departments, agencies, including Massachusetts State Police, Canine Unit, a state police helicopter, a police drone,
I'll be drone.
a Spencer Police Canine Unit, and officers.
You right?
No.
Oh.
You turn the heat on, you're drying me out.
Sorry. Let me shut the vent off.
Oh my god, it was blowing right up in my face, and I like the heat, but that's crazy.
I see crazy.
Shoot.
What's up, Eric?
Brookfield, North Brookfield, and Sturbridge police departments.
Props off. Welcome.
Martell was eventually located under the porch of a nearby home, but I can't even read now. But because he gave officers an alias, police enlisted the help of the FBI fingerprint database to identify him. Now, he faces a slew of more than 20 charges, including 7 from warrants preceding his arrest on Wednesday. Among those charges are kidnapping, home invasion, witness intimidation, and possession of a Class A substance believed by police to be heroin. The kidnapping charge is from November 12th, but further details were not immediately available.
Are you reading it wrong?
He did not comply. He took off. We ended up finding him with help from above. In that case, happens to be a drone. They just didn't say, was it the drone that actually located him hiding under the porch? That would be kind of interesting. All right, guys. Now, this one's going to really make you think I was smoking, but no. Burkinabe teen slays a French army drone with a slingshot?
This was pretty cool when she told me that.
Astonishing media accounts have swirled in the recent days about a 13-year-old boy from Burkina Faso blasting a French army surveillance drone from the sky using his trusty slingshot. The thing is, it wasn't that kind of intelligence capturing UAV as often the case in this meme-addled world. There is also seems to be more or less to the story than the reports have led on. Coverage has multiplied, particularly in the francophone media outside of France, since a Saturday standoff between French armed forces traversing Burkina Faso and demonstrators in Kaya, a city to the northeast of the West African nation. For reasons to be noted anon, the large group of people protesting France's presence and actions in the region blocked the convoy's advance through town, causing the troops to fall back into a fenced-in area. During the prolonged and tense showdown, tensions rose to the point where warning shots were fired for that angry throne to back off. Well, that just made that angry throne angrier.
Throne or drone?
Throne.
I thought you were chopping that up.
Clean your ears. At some point, stories in a variety of languages say a young Ayua Sawagu spotted a French army drone gathering intelligence on the crowd, loaded his trusty slingshot with a rock, and smote the aerial spy from the skies so that his peers could definitively stomp it out of operation. Thus, a national hero was born amid great joy.
A Vasily himself.
He has now been nicknamed Super Sniper, the Burkinabe David versus the French drone Goliath, which, not satisfied with the biblical reference, then compared him to Gavroche of Les Miserables. Still, other reports quoted protesters' tweets and even T-shirts perpetually produced to hail this exploit of describing the downing of the French army drone as a symbolic defeat and humiliation of former colonial power. It appears that this sharp-eyed youngster did indeed bring down a drone, but it wasn't clear whose it actually was.
Wasn't mine.
French authorities haven't commented on the aspect of the incident. Instead, They focused on working with Burkina Faso authorities to free the convoy so that it could finish its intended journey from the Ivory Coast to Niger, where it was to continue its anti-terrorism operations against militias linked to Islamic State. Yet, that activity was precisely what the demonstrators were angry about, albeit in diverse ways. Many accused the mere presence of French forces as being responsible for the strikes by jihadist militias, like the November 14th attack in the small town Ainida, which left 53 people dead. But while the detractors demanded France pull its forces and thus remove a principal rationale behind extremist assaults, others insist the troops must stay and do a much better job of protecting them from radical violence. Still, another faction alleges that Paris is actually delivering arms to the murderous radicals and thereby compliant and complicit in their slaughter. A rather delirious claim when reasoning isn't clear. Whatever that local perspective happens to be, it's clearly not a good time to be wearing French camo right now, nor to be a perpetrated French army drone. The continuing confusion about exactly whose drone was slingshotted down has now actually been cleared up. What drone was it?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm surprised the French didn't surrender then. I'm like, God damn, they got slingshots. Surrender.
Nothing.
He's the white flag.
And it is legit. As of November 25th, more light has been shed on that down drone.
That's a hell of a shot.
According to a label affixed to what looked to have been what was left of the felled drone, its owner is the Establishment de Communication et de Production Audiovisuelle de la Défense, ECPAD.
What?
The photograph and video agency operating under France's Defense Ministry.
Nope.
Taken down by a slingshot and a rock. Labeled and legit. Guys,
Crystal's crazy news.
It's obvious that there are some 13-year-olds out here with some deadly ass slingshots, but as we know in the U.S., it is against the law to shoot at or take down a drone from the sky. Doesn't say if it's with a gun or a slingshot.
So now we need a slingshot at the next meetup, and who can hit an FPV drone with a slingshot? That's what I heard.
That is not what I said. Only if you're speaking French while you're doing it.
I used to have a slingshot too. Those things are pretty nasty if you get like a pretty nice one. Like I had the one that had like even the wrist strap and like you cock that thing back and it. Some bitch would hurt something.
It's not technically the delivery drone. I mean, Walmart has teamed up and my God help, they are packaging with parachutes. Hand packed by Walmart employees.
See, this is what blows my mind. I wanted to comment on the Arkansas thing, but I was like, happened to be making coffee.
It was tea, now it's coffee.
Yeah. No, it's coffee this time. Arkansas is probably one of the windiest ass states you could find. And you're dropping parachute packages? Nobody is getting their mail. Somebody else is getting their packages.
Mail. That's the thing. It's not even mail. Okay, you can expect the no offense to anybody who is a delivery driver, but you can expect a delivery driver to make a mistake, especially if they're dropping it off in mailboxes or whatever, and you have like multiple ones all together.
Now,
Yes, mistakes
Arkansas,
are gonna
it's
happen.
hard to screw up because everybody is separated by a mile.
So what are they gonna do? Just like drop it and have a mile wide drop zone?
Probably in Arkansas, that's realistic.
Oh, okay. Like Propsoft said, just remember you don't steal the flight controllers, just the motors and the ESCs.
Exactly. Flight controller can be tracked. Everything else, no.
Right? I mean, this 13-year-old little boy just really gave a whole lot of people a big idea.
GPS drone, but that is a pretty good damn shot. Swat, nail that thing.
Right?
See, we all think it's a good shot. We don't realize that the drone was probably hovering at eye level.
Yeah,
and he probably
like,
just
oh,
like.
hold on. No, wait. You can't even think that, okay? Because you have a crowd of people, and this kid shot this rock not only over their heads, but struck the drone so that it came down. The drone purposely came down on top of these people so that they could stomp it to oblivion.
Joe said it's the crowd drone now.
I mean,
crazy.
It's a teenager, okay? They have their own ways of thinking. Right, Double A? The ideas that some of these people are coming up with. It's a teenager. It's a teenager. Just remember, we were all young once. I did not go out and try to nail things with slingshots.
We did birds off the. Never mind.
See, I can't.
I killed a few birds with paintball guns and a slingshot, so I definitely like. You know, you mean to. They just happen to be sitting on the tree, and you just pop them. You're like, oh, I feel.
We don't need PETA involved. We've not killed nothing.
And then my grandfather's like, you gotta eat it now. And I'm like, I ain't eating a chickadee.
Nope, I eat them at lunch.
No, that's more like the appetizer.
Like guys, I think if we cook it, there'll be no meat left. I'll just. Before
I forget, don't forget to check out Eric. I think he is Sunday night. He's gonna have a special guest on, and y'all all know that guy, Mr. Crowley.
Where'd you go?
He's probably somewhere wrestling gummy bears right now. So.
How high are you that you're wrestling gummy bears?
But check him out Sunday. I think that's at what, 8?
I think so.
8 p.m. I believe.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, sir. Go check him out. You're welcome. I gotta remember them. I'm terrible for shout outs.
He is.
And then go check out the FPD Noob Tube because them guys need some love when they go live over there. I think they're going live. Are they going live this Wednesday?
I think so.
They're like,
but don't count me on that.
On every other Wednesday.
Don't hold me to that because all my days are running together anymore.
They fucked me up because every Wednesday I go over there, since they skip a Wednesday, I'm always on the wrong Wednesday, and I'm like, oh, they might be up tonight, and I'm like, nope, that was last week.
Yeah, well, I'll just have to text you. That's all.
They skipped some, and then Chuck.
Then they try to make up for it.
Well, then Chuck, some Wednesdays it was like wearing him out. He had a lot going on here, so I think they skipped a couple. But anyway, look for the notification. Check them out when they go live. Show them some love. Stop in. I try to do it each week now. Show my love.
Just like Fordo says, guys, keep your eyes to the skies because with some of these drone shows, these drone light shows, there's been some major malfunctions, and the drones are dropping out of the air.
Free quads.
People and cars.
Remember what Propsoft said. That's all I'm saying. No flight controllers.
We honestly have been to a couple of drone light shows ourselves
and witnessed this
and watched these suckers fall out of the sky, be it on ground or be it in water.
Yeah,
that was the most fun one. They were like, "Oh my god, I got to get the damn kayak," and out they went.
Our first one we saw, I think, let's say we saw 5 drones hit each other and go down. Like not all together, but like 1, and it was 2, and then it was crazy. And then down on the beach, I think we saw like 2 or 3 go down.
Mm-hmm.
It just come down and plummet right into the beach. But yeah, one falls near, and I can grab it. I hate to say it, but I'm having me some. I want to just look at it. I want to hug it and at least look at it till they come find me. Like put it on the ground. Like I just wanted to look at it.
You
They
look
won't
with
let
your
you close.
eyes, not your hands.
Right? Motors and ESCs are like, well, the shell maybe, but they might have some track. Yeah.
Look, Chris is like, I didn't see the top shell. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know how those parts are missing. Right? Was Chris blasting 1,200 megawatts? I don't know.
I thought about taking my goggles down just to see if I could possibly see anything. Start scanning through the channels.
Well, technique, because all good things always have to come to an end, my dear. And back in the day, when we started the drone network,
we used to stay live.
We would run all night long.
We were live,
and there has been many nights that I was literally falling asleep back there in that corner, and that's not fair to you guys, nor is it fair to us either. So,
but that was probably after like a 10-hour stream.
No, that was after 5 live streams in a week, plus working 40 hours. And
we do about an hour and a half, and it seems like it's so much you got to come up to talk about. Before, well, we would have freaking people just jumping in the chat.
But we never stayed on topic either. It was never all about drones. No. So that's where we restructured and brought her all back. So yeah, we always got loopy at the end. Just like at work on a Friday afternoon when it hits about 3 o'clock and we're getting off at 4 or 5. Yeah, buddy.
We're done.
Yep. You know it. Don't try to wire anything up at that time because when you flip that switch.
It's cleanup time. The only brain function I have left is sweeping.
Me and Crystal, I say me and Crystal, I was down there with her, but she walked the graveyard today in that cold blastering wind. I got it there a couple of times, and I think I took her to battery, and I warmed the car up, so that counts.
The wind was no joke.
She's like, you can stay home, but I go with her because she's going to another state. And you never know when someone's going to have a problem with what she does with the day and the age we're in. So I feel like she'd have more of a chance if her big mouth husband was there.
My bodyguard goes with me, so yeah, it's been an interesting time. When I'm not at my full-time job, I'm
glad you learned something today, Adrian.
That job, or
when you said
one of my other side jobs.
When you said you scared the crap out of that quad, it pooed a GoPro when that died.
I'm surprised that's the only one he's ever pooed out or scared his quad that bad. But guys, hopefully Mother Nature cooperates with you and you get to get outside.
Exactly, Joe.
And enjoy the weekend and get to fly. If not, hook it up in the house. Be it a Whoop, be it a 3-inch.
I downloaded my Sims again. I promise I'll get on and play with you guys. Roger's been wanting me to get on and play Liftoff with him, and him and
Slacker
getting on, and Doc even want me to get on. So I got to get on, but just a lot going on now. Like we literally tonight got home. Crystal had run back out, and then by the time we got everything ready, push the button to go live.
Yep.
It was great seeing you, Jeff. Glad you're doing good, brother. If you need help setting your stuff up, we can get on a chat or something. Get you going.
Joe said, yep, where are we going second Saturday in December?
That I don't know yet.
We'll figure it out.
To bed. I know I'm doing that evening.
Yeah, that's that night. You're ours during the day that day. You know that.
It's supposed to be nice and cold.
He said, or Sunday.
Nice and cold and windy tomorrow too. Yeah.
It all depends. Right now, that kind of like bounces around depending
it's just
on what
miserable rest of the year.
The week ends.
Tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah. Never mind. I get lost on days now.
If it ends on a Saturday, then I'm usually busting button working that Saturday so I can finish off getting those hours in for that pay period.
There you go. Eric's got some spots. Let's do So you got spots, but you want to do that college again? Dude, I want that college again. Spot. That college was a good spot. That is dope.
What is that? Cecil?
You're welcome, Jeff. Be good, brother.
Cecil College, I think.
Cecil College.
Oh, you're talking about the one with the little like flippity
And then
flippity.
maybe we can get Obro to come out.
Bro? Oh yeah, we can try to see if we can tweak him out. I'm doubtful of that if he still lives across the bridge. Like, nah.
No, Eric talks to him too. He told Eric to let him know next time he's up that way.
Oh, did he? Okay, so yeah. I'll let Eric handle that then.
He said he's always in that area, so that would be cool if he could come out. So yeah, we'll set that up then.
Caleb?
Hey Doc, you got any closed in Brandos?
Oh
what?
yeah.
Are you more in residential right now?
There's a church here.
I'm about to say we have a Brando, but it's not like something you could hit realistically. It's so Pier 23, it's going up where Madfish used to be in Ocean City, and it's kind of cool because it's they're building it out of cargo containers. But it's literally like right on the water, and it's right in West Ocean City, so it's like it's no and no. I wish we could do something with it, and you could fly it, but it'd be like water's a big issue.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do have a
Brando. Have big cojones to play around the water.
It's right in West Ocean City. It's a Brando.
Well, you got Oak Ridge, Joe, over there on 50. That's getting more and more closed in. It's just not completely closed in.
I hear you. Props
yet,
off.
so
I'd love to fly.
That's another spot.
What else is getting built that I heard about getting assembled soon?
I was trying to think tomorrow where we could go like semi inside, but there's really nothing. There's a church that they're building over here. Like if we want to hit a Brando, I got a Brando.
Yeah, that's the only Brando I'm aware of, and that's because we're building it.
Other than that, I don't know.
I don't know how far Beaver Run is now either.
We'll get arrested going in there at this point.
More than likely.
They've got stuff set up in there. They're literally have like the rooms, I think, furniture. I'm down to do it. I mean, no doubt. I know how to get in it too.
Just remember, props up in June. We're going to be at I.O. I.O. was 16-hour drive for us, so we're going to be. We're going to be like maybe in your area.
Maybe the guys that are like 12 hours out that way. Maybe we'll all have to get together, like all of us, and then we'll find like a. Say what's it, 12 hours, so maybe 6 and 6, and then we'll all meet like somewhere, like a nice spot. Crystal's good at finding the areas. Find like a little nice spot, like Bando, and then we'll all meet up there and have a good day. Do some barbecuing. That'll be fun. We'll have to set that up next year when it warms up. And then I.O., of course, definitely doing I.O. We already got the tent. Wasn't the tent supposed to come today? Or tomorrow? When's this supposed to come?
Do I plan on flying at I.O.? No, not really double A, but you never know.
Do y'all have medics there?
There's enough people there. I'm sure somebody's a paramedic. It's all good. I won't kill anybody unless I'm maidening Tim's.
Wait.
I mean,
I got tape. We're good. And
hell,
super glue. We're good.
Exactly.
This is all the medical stuff you'll need.
Pretty much, if you're an electrician, that's all you need is electrical tape, maybe a napkin.
No, you really need electrical tape because the napkin gets stuck in that.
Yes.
That's bad.
Well, no, you use a napkin and then you wrap electrical tape around it. And the napkin just
take
absorbs
super glue and just all across the cut, it just stops it.
Oh God, that burns so bad.
I've got my own spark. Remember, baby blue is technically mine. He just kind of like takes it over.
That is in what, Ohio?
I think so.
RMRC thing. We definitely have to get together. We definitely, anyone that's like interested in doing that, would get together and figure out a spot. That would be awesome. Toothless. Uh-oh. That's paramedic.
No, all I pictured was that little baby dragon named Toothless. That's why I was like, yeah. Well, on that note,
yeah.
Yes, at Flight Test Headquarters. Well, we might have to see how far B is from that.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out for sure. Do you go down there, props off?
Down there. That's up there.
Up there.
Ohio is like from here
over there.
Up there.
Yeah, Ohio's pretty far away.
See, even Doc knows.
I lived on the border of Ohio. I lived in northern Kentucky. Like Cincinnati was 30 minutes away from me.
Right. That'll be cool.
But until next time, guys, which hopefully will be next week, we will wait and see who's been flying then, who's been posting, and what we've got coming for you next. Until next time, guys, remember, we love y'all.
Peace.
Send it.
See ya.
Enjoy our hobby.
Happy flying.
What do you mean that explains a lot, Fordo?